The Pittsburgh Steelers selecting cornerback Joey Porter Jr. in this year's NFL draft would be the perfect fit for all parties involved. So, as we all know, the Pittsburgh Steelers are in desperate need of a true number one cornerback, a cornerback who's going to shut down the opposing team's number one wide receiver. The Steelers have limited depth right now at that position, and they may look to the first round of this year's draft to fulfill that need on the team. And none other than Joey Porter Jr. may be the selection. So, you hear that name, Joey Porter Jr. Yes, his dad did play with the Steelers at linebacker for many seasons, and also he was also a linebackers coach on the team. But that's not the only reason why the Steelers should be looking at him and it would be a perfect fit. Yes, I could get into the fact that Joey Porter Jr. said on multiple occasions that he would like to be drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers because he played at Penn State, because he kind of lives in the area in the offseason and his family's here. But not only that, he also was brought in by Joey Porter Sr. when he was little in high school. He also went up against Antonio Brown in practice, so he's familiar with the facility and stuff like that. But that's not the only reason why the Steelers should draft him. He's just a true athlete and a guy, one of the top of this class in this year's NFL draft. There's really three guys in this year's quarterback class that could be true superstars, and he's one of them. When looking at his tape, you see his height and size right away. You see him standing at 6'2" and 1/2 inches, weighing in 193 pounds, his arm length 34 inches, his hand size 10 inches. The top reason to buy him, with him being the pick early in this year's draft, is he has that prototypical length at the cornerback position and also plays a lot of press man-to-man on the perimeter. The Steelers are lacking a guy who's going to play press. The Steelers right now have guys who play like 5-10 yards off and then play cornerback, but they don't really have a guy who's going to jam the wide receiver at the line of scrimmage. And that's the thing that Joey Porter Jr. does well. He uses his length to really press and hold his guy at the line and limit his release. And he has excellent ball skills as well at the catch-up points. Not only does he not really have that much interceptions, he's not an interception guy, he only has one in his whole career, but he's a guy who gets a lot of pass defense and breakups. And using his significant growth in press technique over the years and also his footwork, he could become an excellent cornerback. And just in general, his height, weight, and speed, he's just an athlete at the premier position. There's so many elite wide receivers in this league now, especially in the Steelers division, that having a true shutdown cornerback would be huge for the Steelers. Just looking at his film, vertically, he moves very well. Yes, he does struggle sometimes moving side to side, but once he gets his hands on you, it's really hard for you to escape his grasp. So he's really good once he gets your hands on you. I've seen some downfalls in his game though. When I'm looking, I see the top reasons for concern being that he's a high-hipped frame and it's some tightness in transition, and also he may be limited to only just playing outside cornerback. And you want a guy who's going to mirror the number one wide receiver, and he may have a difficult time moving into the slot where he's going to have to move a lot more. He's really played only the outside cornerback at Penn State, and it may be hard for him to mirror a cornerback if they move into the slot. So he may be scheme specific. But anyway, he's still really fast and a guy who will jump very well. His 40-yard dash time wasn't blazing, but it wasn't too awful either. It was a 4.46 seconds. His vertical jump was 35 inches, broad jump 10 and 9 inches. So he's just a really good cornerback in general. And with the fit, like I said, his dad did play with the Steelers, so there's a connection there. We all know the Steelers love having a family connection with someone. Yes, the only thing is though, when looking at Joey Porter Jr., the Steelers, Mike Tomlin, and Omar Khan did not go to his pro day. That's the only thing that really stands out where the Steelers may not be too interested in him. We all know the Steelers love having either General Manager Omar Khan or Mike Tomlin at the pro day. That's a major checkbox to check off. And with Joey Porter Jr. right now, they just don't have that. Yes, the Steelers just recently did bring him in for a pre-draft interview, so that's a step in the right direction that the Steelers may be looking towards picking him. But there's just a lot of guys who the Steelers have brought in, like Emmanuel Forbes and other guys at the quarterback position, like Kelly Ringo. So the Steelers may be looking in other direction. And right now, the GM and the head coach went to those guys' pro days. So right now, it might not be looking too good with Joey Porter Jr. being the selection, but just say he was, it would be a perfect fit for all parties involved, just like I mentioned, for every reason. So this was the first episode of me really breaking down the tape or me going over a guy in this year's draft. I'm going to be doing this many more times with other people I think the Steelers may be interested in him, and also guys at a premier position, like just say offensive line that the Steelers need, or defensive tackle, or just any position I believe the Steelers may be looking toward, or a guy the Steelers may be looking toward. So stay tuned in the future for more. I'm going to be dropping another one next week, so stay tuned. With that being said, comment down below how you feel about the Steelers potentially drafting Joey Porter Jr. in this year's NFL draft. What do you want the Steelers to draft him if he's the pick at number 17? Or do you think they should go in the opposite direction? Let me know who you would want the Steelers to pick at that number 17 spot. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below as well if you like Steelers content, analysis reports. Like the video, turn on post notifications down below for this channel as well so you get notified whenever I post the next Steelers video. I've been posting every day basically, so stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all later. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.